Hey crafty cuties, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to share my new craft space area with you guys. This is not your typical craft room. I don't have a craft room. I actually moved out of my craft closet, which I did have a full tour. I have that video up and I'll have it listed below. And I moved everything into my kitchen. Yep, I gotta work with what I got. And I usually end up crafting in here, so I just moved everything in here because it's a lot more convenient. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started. So I'll give you kind of an overview first, and this is not completely clean because I am working on projects, but I just kind of wanted to show you what it really looks like even when I'm working on stuff. And so this is my kitchen area. So you can see that I have stuff all along here. And I always thought that was going to be temporary, but hey, come to find out, nope. I have my cart right here. So this has a bunch of things that I use all the time, you know, like office supplies and stuff like that. So I guess we'll just get started right here. Okay, so let me show you everything that I have along this bar area. So right here in this little 3-drawer system, I have just some pieces, like some frames and things that I wanted to use. And I will probably actually end up putting these frames in there. I just got those, so I had them out. I have a little dish of washi tapes that I want to use, and like, you know, maybe if I have a new one or something like that. I have a picture that I want to scrap, so I kept that out just so I don't forget. In here I have tags that I use in junk journals. Almost everything that I have out is for junk journals because that's what I'm doing. Journaling cards, store-bought and handmade ones are in here. And then over here, I have 2 of my handmade books. I have this little organizing rack and I love this. I use this for December daily and I haven't put it away since because it's amazing. So down here is some 8.5 by 11 papers, and I use these frequently, every single day. So I just have some of my favorite colors in there for whatever I am kind of working on right now. I change this out very often. So in here in this first little section, I have a bunch of Post-it notes. In the second section, I have items that I put in with my orders. So different Post-it notes, these little straws just to kind of add on to a package. I have stickers and bigger index cards. I have all types of ephemera pieces here. So these ones that are in the Ziploc bags are basically ones that I have opened, and you can see like this one, I can't keep it in its original packaging. So I keep them separated because it makes it a lot easier for me to go through and to see what I have available. And so I have a bunch here. I have a few store-bought things on here as well. And then let me bring you to the back of this organizing. Okay, I apologize because it's not very bright and I really didn't want to get my lights out. So on the back here, I have a bunch of handmade cards. I like to add these in orders or, just have them on hand for friends or something. Moving right along, I have a little container full of coffee dyed index cards. This little container holds a bunch of hardware and things that I use on my junk journals. So I have my corners. I have little pens and like sewing pins. I forget what you call those. Garment pens. I have lots of teeny little clips from Tim Holtz. I have designed little paper clips like bows and coffee, any type of design. And then down here I just have a bunch of these little clips. Next, I have this little Dollar Tree container, and this houses anything that is memory keeping. So my own memory keeping, photos that I print out, things that my son makes me and whatnot. I have my art journal, and then I have a few mixed media supplies in here, things that I use often. So I have my watercolors, this glue I'm trying to use up that I hate. I have my wax here that I'm planning to do a tutorial for, and some paste, modeling paste. And the next one over here, I have pages that I use in my junk journals. So From like this side over, it is a bunch of real vintage pieces, wallpaper and stuff like that. And then everything is just falling. Everything to the left is just like store-bought. So ledger paper, writing paper, construction paper, lined paper, just a really big variety. Tracing paper and stuff like that. I like to keep my rulers right here because I use those frequently. I have some chipboard on the back here as well. And then in this section, I have, you can see markers that I like using, my Zig. I have my mermaid markers. I have some miscellaneous pens and white gel pens, things like that. Bunch of paintbrushes, Mod Podge, multimedia medium matte, and some modeling paste down there. This is one of my favorite sections. This holds different things that I use in my junk journals again, but this is things like bags, yeah, just a ton of different bags. I love adding bags, cards, envelopes. Over here are like little pieces that I like to include in the pages, so like guest checks, little pockets, library cards, alteration tags, message pads, sales orders, teeny little notebooks. I have some frames back here, so this is kind of like my fun area. I love when it gets time to pick from here for my junk journals. And then over here, this is a container that holds like current projects. So I just got done with this. It's waiting to get sent out. I just got done making this journal, and then these three are getting ready to be gutted. And a lot of times if I'm in the middle of a project and I need to put it away, I will put it away in here. Then I have a mason jar just of some of my favorite wooden stamps. Okay, so on the top shelf here, I have this container that used to hold my stickers. I don't have anything in it now. I believe I'm going to be moving those ephemera pieces that were in the Ziploc bags into this system. It depends. I'm gonna maybe try it out. We'll see. Over here is my die cutting machine, my Cuttlebug, and then in the little binders next to it holds any embossing trays and my dies and things like that. I keep my paper trimmers over here when I'm not using them. And then down here are some vintage books that I like to pull book pages from. It might be a book that I am planning to gut and use the hardcover. And then when we come on down here, this is mostly just paper. So a ton of 12 by 12 packs. Now this isn't even this is not even a small percentage of my, or this is, what am I trying to say? This is only a small percentage of my 12 by 12 paper pads. I am trying to downsize them, to be honest, but I have basically been keeping anything on here that I am currently working on for a journal or plan to. I do have all my 6 by 6 pads just because it's a good spot for them. I have some scrap papers down here, and when this gets full, if I'm not finding that I use it, I will dump that into a bigger container that I have. Up here, so each little container is basically holding supplies for a journal. So for instance, this one right here, this is a travel journal container. It has tags, journaling cards, envelopes, different book pages that I pulled, different little pieces, different washi. I might put charms in here. I have stamps in here. So everything for travel journal. This one over here is for tropical life. This one here is for garden. This one's for unicorn and mermaid. It really helps me keep things organized, and it helps keep things easy when I'm ready to work on my travel. I just pull this right here, and these get switched out all the time. So this is just a new washi that I bought that I'm planning to use for a baby book. And then I have my cinch over here. I haven't been using this too much, but it's a good spot to have it. In the back I have extra coils for the cinch machine. Okay guys, and then over in this corner, so this holds all of my coffee dyed paper that is complete. It's folded, it's ready to go. And the top is just plain coffee dyed paper. Then down here we have graph and ledger tracing paper that's coffee dyed. This one holds anything that's like more of a rainbow dyed, or anything that maybe I cut down, maybe I sewed. It's just different paper, I guess. And then down here is anything like an envelope or a bag or a doily that I coffee dyed. Down here, this is packaging for the orders that go out. So I just have envelopes, I have some labels and things like that. Then we get all the way in the corner, and this very far container to the left is holding my glue gun, my embossing heat gun, extra glue sticks and things like that. It's just nice to have that back there because everything's plugged in and ready to go, and it's easy for me to grab. And then I have my lace and my trims and my fabrics over here. I may eventually move these because I do like to have these actually nearby my sewing machine. I bring them over there all the time, so I will probably move them, but for now they are just over here holding all of those pieces. It is kind of nice because for a while I was using my glue gun to adhere like laces and trims, but now that I'm sewing everything on, yeah, I'm probably gonna move those. And I almost forgot to show you guys that I do keep things in some of the drawers in my kitchen. So this one has just a bunch of different like magazines and atlas type book pages, stuff like that that I'm going to be using in my journals. I have like a little vintage music book over here, some sewing patterns, and then I have this little dish kind of container that has like postcards and stamps, all vintage. This little mini vintage book, and then the stamps are down there. You can see it just kind of keeps it nice and organized. And then this one right here has not all of the punches that I own, but all of the punches that I would probably use in my books. I have a little label maker here as well. Then over here is all of my sprays, stamps, and stencils. And this is next to my sink, which is very convenient. So this is my actual working station, and this is literally in the middle of a lot of projects, but this is real life. So I actually moved all of these things right here. You can see I have travel journals right here, and these were actually just on my counters in the kitchen. I moved them over here so that I could show you guys a little bit better. A lot of times I will keep them on one of the benches like over here, so it's kind of out of the way, but so that I don't have to fully put them away because I am like working on them day by day. And then yeah, here's my sewing machine. This looks like a mess, but it's like an organized mess, I swear. I have my little container full of garden ephemera because that's what I am sewing onto these book pages right now. And then you can see I have another little cart, and this is where I was thinking that I will probably move those trims to, probably on this cart. That way it's nice and convenient, and it's just right next to my sewing machine. This is a pile of paper that I'm just going through right now while I'm sewing on. And as you can see, I still have a lot of stuff in my craft closet. It's just never ending, guys. I have lots of destashes coming, but that takes lots of time to organize. So guys, there is my new craft space in my kitchen. I had a really hard time letting myself do this. I do cook often, so I just, you know, I didn't really want to have my craft stuff in here, but it's convenient. I do have a 5-year-old, as you guys probably know, and he is normally playing right here in my living room, so it just makes sense for me to be working right here. I like to stand while I'm working, and I'm almost 6 foot tall, so trying to work on a short table is very painful. This is very tall, so it's actually just the perfect height for me, and then that way I'm close to my sewing machine. I can watch him play, I can interact with him, I can, you know, have him help me with stuff, and that way when my husband's home too, he's in the living room and I can hang out with him as well. So there you guys go. I really am happy that I moved everything. It's been a lot more organized and convenient for me, even though, yep, it's in my kitchen. But hey, there we go. I hope that you guys have a lovely day. Talk to you later. Bye.